Welcome to those of you that are joining me for this live reading today. This will be the Aries March 2020 forecast reading. As per usual, I'm first going to introduce you to Tiger because Tiger might very well bark halfway through this reading. Then at least you will have a face that is attached to the name. Let me get Tiger quickly so he can say hello to you. Tigers, come say hello to everybody, my boy. You already know how it works, eh? Right, so this, guys, is Tiger. Say hi, Tigers. Hello, everybody. He's my little miniature long-haired dachshund and my number one best friend. Okay, you want to go back down again, my boy? Okay, off we go. He already knows when I call him to actually come to say hello to you guys. Right, so Aries, this is your March 2020 forecast reading. I'm going to start with the Lenormand cards. That is the fated elements coming in for the month ahead for you. That's March, that is. And then I'm going to do a relationship reading, which will apply to those of you in relationships as well as those of you looking for relationships. I then finish up with a card that is the overarching energy for the month of March 2020. Right, so let's have a look at the Lenormand cards. As I said, these are the predictive elements for Aries for the month of March 2020. These are the people and the situations that will come into your life that will affect you in either small ways or big ways. In other words, part of the story could be yours or the entire story could be yours. These are the things that are brought into our lives to help us grow, to help us move on, to help us evolve, to help us have new adventures, basically, I think. Okay, so first card coming up. The ship, talking about adventure. Okay, right off the bat, there's your adventure coming. The next card that comes up is the book. Okay, so that's interesting too. The next card that comes up is the Tree of Life. Okay, and the next card that comes up for you guys is the mice. Okay, that's interesting. And the final card coming up for you guys is the obstacle. I'm going to pick one more card because I don't like to finish off on that one. And you get the polar bear, the bear. Right, so the story that is being told here for you is that some kind of journey is up ahead for you, some kind of adventure. I mentioned adventure in the beginning, didn't I? Some kind of experience which takes you out of your comfort zone, but you might very well enjoy it. This is expanding your horizons. Something expands your horizons in the month of March. Something takes you into new territory, whether this territory is actually physically, literally going to another place, or perhaps some kind of new relating to somebody that has that kind of feeling too. What it does is you discover something, you learn something new that is part of this adventure. The reason for this adventure is to learn something new. What you learn has something to do with your past. It is something to do with your lineage, something to do with how you are connected to the people that came before you, what they did before you, what their role in life was, what their life lessons were, what their big story was. You're going to discover that in the month of March. You might literally discover that. You might literally make a discovery about the people in your past. Or if you did some research afterwards, you would find you discovered something about the people in the past that is very similar to what you are doing now. Now, there are many people that believe, if you believe in reincarnation, that that was you back in the past. And here you come to the same place again, the similar story. Obviously, it's in a different time, space, so it can be a different experience with different people. But you've been here before. There's something about having been here before in another lifetime. What it boils down to is there's something that little things, bothersome things, annoying things that slowly but surely got to you over time. They created an obstacle in life for you. Eventually they added up to almost a mountain. They were as big as a mountain would be, all these little problems. But this adventure, okay, this expanding of your horizons, this going into new territory, where you discover something, is ultimately going to lead you to feeling more secure, more nurtured, more taken care of than what you did in the past. Okay, so whatever the situation is, whatever happened, this new horizon, this exploration, this new territory, this discovery that has something to do with the past, but it could be far past. You may not be consciously aware of what this story is or how much it's related to your DNA, to what happened to you in past lives. But ultimately, you are going to feel better about this. Ultimately, you are going to overcome that obstacle that was mounted up over time by lots and lots of little things. Ultimately, this new discovery, this expanding of your horizons, this adventure, whatever it may be, is going to bring you feeling nurtured, taken care of, protected. Protected is the word that I get. You're going to feel protected by the end of this experience. Nice set of cards that. It's a repetition. It's happening in a lot of people's lives at the moment. We are repeating a very set sequence of events that materialized in another lifetime. We are possibly getting the chance to work through this and elevate ourselves beyond it and grow beyond it this time. We get those chances every now and then, and we'll come back around here again if we don't manage this time. But here it is. It's a portal into the next step of the evolution. On a mundane level, this is a situation where you're going to discover something new, you're going to discover something pertinent, you're going to discover something interesting. It alleviates an obstacle that stood in your way, and then you just feel more protected, more secure, more nurtured, more taken care of than before. Okay, now let's have a look at your relationship cards. Okay, so Aries, this is for you, remember, for the month of March 2020. Let's see what cards come up for you. Right, first one up, true love. Very nice. Okay, second card that comes up for you guys, romantic feelings. Wow. Okay, third one that comes up for you guys is children. All right, interesting. So the first card, true love, okay, says on the card, this is the romance of a lifetime. Very nice. Okay, romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Children, your love life is being affected by children, right? Let's speak to those of you first and foremost that are in committed partnerships and relationships. So, children play a part in the month of March in this relationship. It's either wanting children, it's either connecting with children, being involved with children, or your children are playing a part in your life. They are a pivotal key point to relationships in the month of March if you are in established relationships. This relationship is the real thing. This relationship has romance. It's the romance of a lifetime, but there are children involved. Somehow the children are playing a role in this. The thing to remember is the potential, the fact that this is true love. Okay, so whatever the children are up to, remember, it's true love we're speaking about here. That's what this reading the cards, the universe is trying to remind you at the moment. And that the romantic feelings you still feel for your partner, they're real. Okay? So how the children play out in this is going to depend very much on your own life story. So just remember that card and the true love card. Okay? Keep that in mind. Now, those of you that are looking for partnerships and relationships, there's great potential in the month of March for you, for that true love, for that one and only, for that amazing romance to come. You're going to feel romantic feelings for this person. In other words, right off the bat, you're going to know this could be true love. There are children involved. One of two things. This person has children. Another one, you meet this person via children, something to do with children. Maybe you got a school play. Maybe you got a playground. Maybe you babysit someone's children, and somehow along the line, the children have something to do with meeting that somebody that is your true love. Okay, so that's quite interesting. The true love card, always when that comes up, this is a special relationship, and like I say, right off the bat, you're going to know, you're going to feel it right away. You know, sometimes it's a case of we need a little bit of time with somebody before we discover that we really like them, but this person you're going to know right away. that this is the one for you. And like I say, very most likely there are going to be children involved in this one way or another. They're either the pivotal point that, you know, he's got children, she's got children, or you have something to do with children and you meet the person through children, with something to do with children, but it's true love. So that's something to look forward to if you're looking for a relationship. Right, now let's have a look what the big energy is for Aries in the month of March 2020. I'm using fairy cards for that simply because the energies they describe are really beautifully described, and it really resonates, this deck. Prosperity. Okay, so that's really, really nice. On the card it says the inner power supplied by spiritual prosperity lasts an eternity. So what's interesting about this is, I said you're going to break into new territory, you're going to discover new territory, you're going to have new experiences, you're going to learn something from this. That's where the prosperity comes in, and it's an internal prosperity. In other words, this is not prosperity of the material kind. This makes you prosper within. You're going to feel just more abundant, you're going to feel better, you're going to feel big feelings. Okay, true love can also do that. It can make you feel really, really big feelings. And in general, in the month of March, you're going to have really big, good feelings, okay? You're going to expand on some level. Your heart's going to expand, and you're going to feel a lot more about life. But it'll be people and situations that bring that feeling into your life, whether it is true love that lands in your plate in March, or whether you discover something that just makes you feel more protected, more nurtured, and better about life. Whatever it is, your heart expands in a big way in the month of March. So very, very nice cards for you. So there's some kind of discovery. I think the theme for your reading for March 2020 is a discovery. You make a discovery, and that discovery really shifts your horizons for you. I think more internally than externally. Ultimately, it will manifest outwardly. You know, what we feel inwardly eventually does take manifestation outwardly. But for the start, you are going to have this broadening within. It's going to feel like inside expands because of something that you discover, something that you learn in the month of March. And it could come very well for those of you that are looking for relationships via this person that you meet in the month of March. But like I said, it's going to depend on your own life story how that works out. But there's a discovery. That's what I'm saying for March. You guys are going to discover something that makes your heart swell. Right, if you'd like a personal or private reading from me, please go to my website. I will put the link in the description box below. And I want to thank you for joining me very, very much, those of you that are watching. And I will be putting up the weekly reading probably tomorrow afternoon, as I decided to do the Aries reading today. And also, I hope that you will join me again for the weekly reading and next month. Thank you for watching and listening.